In the AFL, the Hunters' Isaac Heaney was one of Sydney's best in last night's big win over the Dockers. He did plenty of important defensive work and also slotted one of his easiest goals this season.
And a tough night for Fremantle is about to get even tougher.
Overseas, and the Newcastle Jets have just begun the final of the Hong Kong Soccer Sevens Shield competition. After losing all 3 games yesterday, the Jets were relegated to the second-tier group, but definitely made the most of their opportunities. First, they edged out the Wellington Phoenix in a penalty shootouts in the quarter-final. This afternoon, they overcame Hong Kong's Red Dragons in the semi.
It's come across the goal to number 14, Ken Harrison.
That strike was backed up by a Jackson Friendo free kick that turned into an own goal as Newcastle won 2-0. In the Hunters NBL competition, Lambton upset the Magpies 3-2 in Maitland, while Adamstown continued its great run with a win over Valentine. There were plenty of goals at Darling Street as the Magic beat Hamilton. There was plenty to play for as these bitter rivals did battle in round 10, but the Magic would be without recruit Mitch Oxborough because of a hamstring complaint. The visitors still made a bright start. James Virgili teed up Cale Bradbury. Virgili earned a penalty when he was fouled by keeper Tyler Warren, who received a yellow card. One of the competition's leading scorers made it 1-0. Both keepers had plenty to do before the break as Broadmeadow went to the sheds in front. Less than a minute after the restart, Dino Fajovic gave Bradbury another chance. Hamilton finally hit back as Jared Sutherland provided a great cross for Simon Mooney. But the magic wasn't done yet. Fajovic turned provider again as Virgili grabbed a double. The fans were barely back in their seats before Olympic had its second, as former Magic man Scott Pettit made it 3-2. At the other end, Bradbury thought he had a double, but the ball only found the post. Then a moment of controversy, with Hamilton defenders helping a Magic attacker. Broadmeadow pushed forward, and Bradbury had a brace. Olympic had a handful of chances at the end, but 4-2 was how it stayed. Newcastle made the most of the trip to Penrith in the Waratah Basketball League, with the women beating the Panthers by 40 points, while the men won by 8. The news wasn't so good for Maitland, with the Mustangs beaten by Sydney side Norths. Maitland raced out of the blocks to lead by 9 at quarter time, but the visiting Bears levelled the score by the main break and went on with the job in the second half. In round 11 of the Women's Premier League, Warners Bay scored a big win over Thornton. Adamstown walked away with the points against Wallsend, while at Myambla Crescent, Merewether edged out South Wallsend. It was the home side with the best of the early chances, Ellie Withers going close. Calista Hunter keeping the Wolves in it, deflecting a shot from Leah Giuffre. Before the home side finally got on the score sheet, Indy Asimis putting away at Jamie Ellis corner. South Wallsend wasn't without its chances. A long-range effort from Elizabeth Kermode tapped over the bar. Jane, that's our look at sport.
Thanks, Mitch. It was a cool morning and a beautiful sunny day. We'll check all the Hunter weather details next. Tonight's weather is proudly brought to you by the Burton family, Maitland and Port Stephens Toyota.
Call in for their best prices on new Toyotas and pre-owned vehicles.
Weather time now, another chilly morning and a brilliant sunny day. More of that to come, but first a cold, misty morning at Clarencetown in the Hunter. Thanks to Natalie Windle for this image taken yesterday morning. We can almost feel the heat from that fire in the foreground. Thank you, Natalie. To the satellite cloud over northern Queensland in moist southeasterly winds are causing showers about the coast. Cloud over South Australia, southern Victoria and Tassie in cool and unstable westerly winds are bringing a few showers, mainly light. Sky Skies are mostly clear elsewhere under a high pressure system. On the synoptic chart, strong and cold southwesterly winds with a front will again cause showers over Tasmania and Victoria. Onshore winds could produce showers about the Queensland coast, while that large high remains in the south and should direct warm winds over WA, also bringing mild and settled conditions elsewhere. Zooming in, sunny with areas of frost about the upper Hunter early this morning. We needed an extra blanket and bed socks overnight. 10 to 21 in Newcastle, 10 to 21 for Nobbies, 12 to 19 for Nelson Bay, dipping to 3 at Scone and Murrurundi this morning. Tomorrow, sunny with areas of morning frost about the upper Hunter. Temperature-wise, we're expecting 5 to 22 for Toronto and Wallsend tomorrow, 4 to 22 at Muswellbrook, dipping to 3 in Merriwa, Scone and Murrurundi, 11 to 21 for Nelson Bay. There's a hazardous surf warning for much of the New South Wales coast tomorrow, including the Hunter. Seas at 2 metres with a 3 metre swell. The sun to rise at 6:39 and set at 5 p.m, and the outlook for Newcastle: cold nights and bright sunny days for the next 3 days. For Scone, frosty mornings and mild days up to 23 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday, and in Gosford 21 degrees for the next 3 days and sunny skies. Chance of a shower on Thursday. And log on to our website for more NBN news and sport. And that's our bulletin for this evening. The Today Show will have the latest news tomorrow morning.
From all of us here.
Good night.
Good night.